Warning! We are about to spoil Scream from 1996. If you haven't seen the movie and you plan on watching it, leave now and come back later. But if you have seen it or you just don't care, then please stick around.
Hello?
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended murder.
What? Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of Cinema Roulette. We are here yet
Halloween!
for Halloween! Yay! Is this a Halloween episode?
Well, it was originally going to be a Halloween episode, but then we disappeared for 3 years due to time shenanigans. And now we're doing kind of catch up. We may do movie month, we may not. We're still deciding on that as of recording.
Yeah, because we kind of realized, man, there's a lot that we have to do still, isn't there?
Yeah.
But yes, we are talking about the, what was it, 96?
96.
96. In 1996, Wes Craven came out with the absolute banger of Scream.
That silence is ironic because we're talking about a movie called Scream.
Yes! Oh,
Play the title again.
God damn it.
That cheesy fucking, literal Scream.
Yeah, I had forgotten how cheesy that opening was.
Yeah, the openings get better as the movies go on.
Yeah. See, that's why our opening joke was so cheesy, not because we totally winged it.
That's implying that we don't wing it other times.
Also fair. But yeah, where to even start with a movie as iconic as Scream?
Play the title again. I'm just making more work for one of us.
I know. Oh man, but yeah, we have fun here on Cinema Roulette.
Sometimes. I was going to continue with that joke and not be so mean-spirited, but then my brain just went, no, shut up.
When your brain tells you
here we are.
When your brain tells you to shut up, I trust it.
Even my brain's like, get to the fucking movie, asshole.
Yeah. I like that your brain also has a Chicago accent.
It's because I was just in Chicago, literally recording this a few hours after I saw Night Vale live.
Hell yeah. But yes, I think we should start right at the beginning.
The opening that no one knows, that's why we need to explain it. I should put down the flask.
Probably a good idea. Why did you have a flask?
Know that. It's a Night Vale flask.
Oh, nice! I didn't know it was a flask. That's awesome.
Yeah, if you see something, say nothing and drink to forget, it says on it.
Oh, that's clever. I like it. Yes. Ooh, okay. Anyway.
One of the thing, go to nightvale.merch, not sponsored. But we could be.
We could be. Isn't that right, Cecil? No. But,
Jeffrey, come on.
Yeah.
We technically did the randomized movie podcast before they did.
Damn, you're right, though.
However, other people probably also did. Besides the point, Scream.
Ah!
Let's tell one more time. Don't actually. Or do. I can't stop you, you're the editor.
Even if you're me, I can't stop you.
Fuck you, me. Yeah, the opening. We get a Drew Barrymore in a nice house with a bunch of windows. She's setting up stovetop popcorn. But then gets a call from some random person. Starts talking about scary movies. I don't know why I'm choosing this cadence to talk about the movie.
By some scary person and hijinks ensue.
Being 100% honest here, I had coffee at like 3 o'clock. It is now 1 in the morning by me, and it's going to fail at some point. So we'll see that happen in real time.
Yeah.
But he gets a call, and the guy gets kind of weirder and weirder, getting more focused on horror movies. And then when she asks, "Why are you asking all these questions?" Because I want to know who I'm looking at. Huh? I just want to know who I'm talking to. That's not what you said. What you think I said. Quickly turns out this man is playing a game before Jigsaw was even around.
Yeah.
Almost 10 years before Jigsaw.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus.
And Tobin Bell was still acting at the time.
You're saying that like he got younger.
No, he didn't get younger. He just put on a baseball cap backwards.
Why had we not put Saw on the series wheel?
I know, right?
At least it would have less bad sequels than Alien. Anyway,
We'll get to those.
I would say there's only one real bad sequel of Saw. I know some people don't like Saw 3D, but it's still fun to me, except the ending is fucked up in not a fun way.
Yeah.
Completely off topic. But yeah, the killer on the phone starts wanting to play a game. It's movie trivia. And Drew Barrymore's boyfriend Steve is out on the porch, all taped up to a chair. If she gets anything wrong, he dies. She gets the first question right of who was the killer in Halloween, Michael Myers, and then who was the killer in the first Friday the 13th, which now everyone knows is Jason's mother.
Pamela Voorhees.
I don't know if we knew her name was Pamela yet, because it wasn't until the 6th or 7th movie that we saw her grave.
Oh, interesting.
I would need to look up when and those come out, and I only have a computer in front of me, so I don't know.
That would require caring about Friday the 13th.
True. I would also like to point out the reason for this question is because the writer, come on, Kevin Williamson, actually asked this at a like bar trivia night and stumped a lot of people.
Ah.
So Steve dies, but don't worry, there's a bonus round. Which door is the killer at? Kind of doesn't matter because the killer throws a chair through the door. Casey's in a full-on panic. The popcorn that was on the stove is literally on fire and filling the house with smoke. She backs out the glass door as Ghostface breaks into the house and is ninjaing around. She tries to run, gets stabbed as her parents are getting home. She tries to get their attention, but due to where she was stabbed, she can't scream. Because the movie's called Scream. But her parents go in the house. Ghostface starts just fucking stabbing the shit out of her. She rips his mask off, but the camera cuts away, so mystery. She gets her fucking insides taken out. The parents hear her because she's still holding the phone. They hear her last gurgles. The husband tells the wife to just leave and go get the police. But the mom goes outside, sees Casey hanging from the tree, screams. Father comes out, zoom in on Casey. Opening. I don't know if I want to go play by play with this movie or just get through the plot and then work our way back.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. The latter, yeah, just get through it and then work our way back to the details.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it's Scream. If you haven't seen Scream, you should watch Scream. Like, even non-horror fans enjoy Scream.
Exactly.
Unless you're, like, super, super, super paranoid about home invasions. Like, I'm scared of home invasions, but I can still handle the Scream movie.
Yeah.
You cut to Neve Campbell. She is in her bedroom doing an internet search with the old internet. Which, this is before Perfect Blue, so I really need an explanation on how this thing fucking works.
Yeah.
But suddenly, Billy comes in her window. It's her boyfriend, and editing is weird. But this is Sydney. Sydney has a boyfriend named Billy, and Billy just came in through the window and is like, hey. which seems like an odd jump scare for no reason.
Yeah, didn't really get me.
I don't think it would get most people.
No. I was just like,
Well, okay, maybe when you first watch it.
yeah. But yeah, I was just like, kind of like the Jeremy Clarkson meme. Oh no. Anyway.
Oh my god, the actual bit for that where that joke comes from is also great.
Yeah.
But yes, Billy comes in. They've been dating for a while, almost a year, I think they say. But Sydney has never gone all the way. And she's just not comfortable with it, which is totally fine in a relationship.
Yeah.
Does still kind of blue ball Billy. Her dad also heard her scream when Billy showed up, and Sydney's dad comes to the door and is like, "Hey, what's going on there? I heard you scream." "Oh, nothing. It's just a scary movie. Don't worry about it."
Mm.
Because she has a way where she can open her closet and then it blocks the door so people can't get in. This is a mouse tool for later. I should not do that with this dry throat.
Probably not the best idea. Ho ho.
Her dad is like, "Hey, I'm going away on a business trip, so you'll have the house to yourself. Just be safe, okay?" "Okay, Dad."
God, Dad.
And God, Dad, I'm just a 20-something who's apparently a junior in high school.
There was just a murder in town. Chill.
Hey, they don't know about the murder yet. That's not till the morning.
Shit.
Stop using your audience foresight or omnipotent view. I don't know what you want to call it.
Yeah.
But tells Billy, no sex time, but I can show you my tits. And then she shows him his tits. He rolls his eyes a bit and leaves. We go to school and everything's a flutter because the news is there because of Casey and Steve's murder. Sydney meets up with Tatum, her best friend, who is also the younger sister to the deputy in town named Dewey. Everyone's talking about the murders. Sydney even gets called to the office by the Fonz and is like, "Hey, did you know anything? Because you guys were like friends." "No clue. Don't know what happened." Go out to that classic high school fountain that every small town has. And you got Billy, you got... Oh my god, my throat just completely gave up on me there.
Oof, you're good. I mean, you were just at a show, so I get it.
Yeah, lots of cheering, lots of hooting and hollering.
Yep.
But we got Billy, Sydney, Tatum, and Stu, who is Billy's friend, Matthew Lillard, who is also dating Tatum. Also, we got Randy, who is like the film nerd third wheel here.
Yep. Works at a video
I guess
store.
fifth wheel.
Yeah, there are a lot of people in that group.
Randy is the nerd who can talk meta about horror movies. All of these people are talking meta, and it's like, it has to be a man. Well, a woman could do it too. No, to be that fucked up, you gotta be a guy. They're all just having a conversation about how casual the murder was. Sydney is clearly uncomfortable with this because her best friend was murdered. Also, her mother was murdered like a year ago.
Yeah.
So she ain't too happy. But we all go home. Sydney is waiting for Tam to come pick her up because she's going to sleep over at her house while her father's out of town, and especially with now a murderer on the loose, it doesn't feel safe to be home alone in this absolute beautiful location.
My god, the location scouting for the film. Perfect.
But Sydney takes a little snooze, gets a call from Tam, and it's like, okay, yeah, just grab whatever and hurry up. Especially the movie where you could see Tom Cruise's dick.
Yeah. Pause it on the right frame.
But then she gets another call. She thinks it's Randy playing a little joke because the person on the other end is talking too much about horror movies. The person then says, like, "Oh, I can see you. I'm out on your front porch." So she goes to the front porch and is like, "Okay, what am I doing? Huh? What am I doing?" "Nice try, Randy. Tell Tam to hurry up." But right before she hangs up, the phone voice suddenly says, "If you hang up, I will kill you just like your mother." So that's bad. She gets freaked out, goes inside, locks the door, but then the killer comes out of a closet and to play ironic for a line she just said earlier about how in horror movies, people instead of going for the front door, run upstairs. She can't get out the front door and has to run upstairs.
Yep.
Upstairs, locks the door the way she did to keep her dad out, and calls 911 using the internet. Which also, fun cut joke here. She's supposed to live on Elm Street.
Oh, nice. Also, what you caught what the internet thing was called? Wasn't it like Deathcom or something?
No, deaf, as in like hard of hearing, because a lot of keyboards and internet stuff was actually made for people who were impaired.
Ah, that's cool. I didn't know that. Nice.
Yeah, but she calls the cops. Ghostface disappears from her door. She runs downstairs to say hi to police, and Dewey's at the front door, but is holding the mask. Well, no, sorry. Back up a bit. Billy shows up again at her window, and it's like, oh, thank goodness, someone's here. Gives him a hug, but a cell phone falls out. Now, for all you kids out there, including me, because I was born in 98, cell phones weren't a normal thing.
Yeah.
At least not in a compact size where it could be flat enough to fit in your pocket.
And because back in '96, those things were like bricks, man. Like,
yeah. So Billy dropping a cell phone flat enough to fit in the average jeans pocket, that's fucking suspicious.
Exactly.
Sydney runs out of the house. Dewey's right at the front door holding the mask, so she screams, Dewey screams. It's a good laugh.
Yep.
Billy gets arrested, but suddenly Tatum shows up. Could she have been the killer? But then Gail Weathers. Oh, I forgot to mention Gail Weathers. She's a reporter who has written a book on Sydney's mother who was murdered. And basically saying that Sydney, who blames someone else for her mom's murder, was completely wrong and dude is innocent, but he's on his way to death row. It's a whole thing that will be more explored in the sequel.
Yeah.
But Gail and her cameraman also show up. Maybe they're the killers. We'll talk about this more. Mm-hmm. Go police station. Billy tries to say, I'm a white kid. I could have a cell phone and not be weird. But they're going to keep him overnight because they think, yeah, this is pretty suspicious.
Yeah.
Sydney goes home with Tatum while Billy spends the night in prison, while trying to exit out the back of the police station so she can avoid all the media waiting outside. Gail spots her and runs up to her while Dewey's getting the car. And Sydney tries to be snappy. Gail kind of snaps back and is like, and Sydney's just all, yeah, how's the book? It's going well. It'll be on store or shelf soon. Great. I'll get myself a copy. I'll send you one. Then Sydney immediately punches Gail in the fucking face.
Yeah, just straight up decks her.
Such a good scene. Which apparently Kevin Williamson's producer said specifically the main person who pushes his scripts around said, here, that's going to sell the script. Sure,
yeah.
I didn't know if I got cut off super hard or if you were just being kindly quiet.
Yeah, no, I think it may have been the internet just delaying just slightly.
But we go back to Tatum's house, and this is just a nice moment in general of seeing the characters actually act like kids but also caring friends for one another. However, there's a phone call for Sydney, and it's the killer's voice, meaning Billy can't be the killer. Can he? So, he fucked up. We go back to school. School is way more hectic than it used to be. Oh, also, Dewey couldn't run out of his room till the killer hung up the phone, so maybe Dewey's the killer. But we get back to school, everything is more of a terror because Sydney was attacked. Billy was let out because his cell phone records didn't trace back to the calls at all. And Sydney's like, oh fuck, is he mad? Stu says, he's a little pissed. Tam brings up something about her mother and she runs off, and then runs into Billy, who says the most I should just break up with you bullshit I've ever heard in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, look, I know you don't want to have sex because you've been all broken up about your dead mom, but you know, I got over my mom leaving my dad.
Yeah, like it's pretty douchey.
Stop dealing with your trauma. Just fuck me. Being properly pissed, Sydney goes to the bathroom. Some cheerleaders in there talk about how her mom was a slut while she sits in the stall.
Mm-hmm. So not the most
She
popular
comes
person
out.
around.
Yeah. Uh, she comes out of the stall, washes her hands, and then all of a sudden, Ghostface comes out of the other stall. I guess he was just waiting there. Tries to attack her, runs off, and then it's announced that, hey, there are people who are doing stupid fucking pranks. Town has a curfew. Everyone in bed, 9 o'clock. Oh, I also forgot to mention Sydney did talk to Gail on the next day at school off the record, being like, hey, do you really think that guy's innocent? She's like, yes, I do. Why? Do you think so? No. Anyway, bye. But we get a scene of the principal threatening two students who were doing Ghostface pranks around school because maybe he's the killer. But everyone's having a party because these teens need a dumb party. Also, the principal gets killed. I'm not going over this entire scene. Principal gets killed.
Yeah, he's dead.
Which actually was a suggestion by producers to up the kill count, which helps get the teens out of the party later.
Mm-hmm.
They originally didn't know what to do.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. Huh.
But anyway, we have a big party at Stu's house. Everyone's there. Gail's there. Gail's there and sets up a secret camera, which has an angle that does not make sense. Uh,
Yeah.
Dewey, Dewey's there just being kind of lookout, but also they need to find a car later. Also, it turns out they did trace back the calls, but it's to Sydney's father, who is still missing and never checked in at his hotel. Party's going on, everyone's watching Halloween. Sydney goes upstairs. Billy shows up, Sydney goes upstairs and is willing to finally open up and fuck him. Cam goes to the garage and gets killed by Ghostface in a totally respectable and not stupid way at all.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to the scene in a bit. While Sydney and Billy are fucking, everyone's watching Halloween. Randy goes over the rules to survive a horror movie. You gotta be a virgin, you can't be drinking, and never say, I'll be right back. Stu says he'll be right back.
But shockingly, no smoking.
Sydney's having. Yeah, we couldn't bring up weed, I guess. Look, the MPAA was already being a bitch about slashers.
Yeah.
Not to mention, they got kicked out of a town due to the script, but we'll get to that. Goes over the rules. He's been drinking, Sydney's been fucked, and Stu said he'll be right back. So everyone's going to be fine. Suddenly a phone call comes in. Turns out the principal was killed, gutted, and is hanging from a goalpost on the football field.
Yeah, which I don't know how he pulled that off.
Rope.
Yeah.
Guess that's what Billy was doing before he shows up to the party. Spoilers.
Just imagine Ghostface just slowly pulling up, just.
But this clears out all the extras. Randy is drunk watching Halloween. Also, wouldn't Stu have noticed Tatum's body because the beer was in the garage where she died?
You would think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway. But after they fuck, Billy and Sydney are kind of having a bit of a joking conversation. Like, did you really think I was the killer? It's like, well, I mean, kinda. It was a bit weird that you just showed up with a cell phone. And then he says, what would I have to do to prove to you that I'm not the killer? And she's like, turn around. And the killer's there and stabs Billy. And he's covered in blood.
Oh, no.
Chases Sydney. Also, Gail and... I almost called him Stewie. Dewey. Went down the road because apparently a car was sighted off the side of the road. The teens leaving for the football field almost hit both of them. They roll down the side of the hill and dodge the cars and find Sydney's dad's car sitting in the bushes. Sydney gets chased by Ghostface, falls out a window, lands on a boat, and has no problem whatsoever. Finds Tatum's corpse, freaks out, runs to the news van. Ghostface was about to stab Randy in a bit of meta irony, but hears Sydney yelling. She gets to the news van, and Kenny, the camera guy, is sitting in the news van, was watching the camera Gale put away. And is like, oh fuck, the killer's about to kill your friend. Wait a minute, this is a 30-second delay. So where's the killer? He gets his throat slit.
Yep.
Sydney's playing a bit of cat and mouse with the killer, climbs out of the car, gets into a different car. I'm forgetting when Gale gets back.
She comes back at the end with the gun after she's talking to her.
No, because there's a moment where she gets in the van, Randy scares her, and she hits him with the phone.
Yeah. Then she drives off and gets a car crash, right?
Yeah, she gets in a car crash because Sydney ran down the road and she almost hits Sydney, misses her, crashes into a tree.
Yeah, I thought she didn't appear again until that moment.
I know, but I was trying to think of when Gale shows up to get in the news van, but I forget when.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
I forget if that's before or after Sydney's in the cop car.
Mm-hmm.
I think that all happened before. Because Sydney ran off after the news van. Dewey and Gale got back, and Dewey's like, go call the cops from your van, instead of just using his cop car that has a radio right to the police. Like I said, she gets in a car crash. Sydney gets back to the house, sees Dewey, and he has a knife in his back. That sucks. She runs up, grabs the gun, and Randy and Stu show up. They're both saying the other person's the killer, or the other person's crazy. Sydney points a gun at both of them, backing up into the house, and then just goes, fuck you both, shuts the door.
Fair assessment.
Fair assessment, yeah. Turns out Billy's still alive.
No.
Barely. He falls down the stairs, takes the gun from Sydney, and opens up the front door. Only Randy's there, and he comes in talking about how Stu's gone crazy. Billy goes, we all go a little crazy sometimes, and shoots Randy. And now we get our big twist. Turns out Billy and Stu have both been the killers. Stu shows up, probably coming in from a side entrance, or the garage. Either way, they were both the killers. Billy did just because he could, and also because Sydney's mother slept with his father, which caused his mother to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And Stu, peer pressure, I guess.
Yeah.
But their whole plan is they have Sydney's dad. He's going to be framed for all the murders. They're going to kill her. Going to have the dad kill himself, or at least be shot with the pistol. They're both mortally wounded with stab wounds, but they get away with it. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Problem comes when they get a little too stab happy and think movie logic works in a movie.
Yeah.
So Stu starts to feel a little woozy. Billy is also just getting kind of pissed off as Sydney calls them fucking crazy. Stu goes to get the pistol to finish off Sydney, and it's gone. Turns out Gale survived the car crash, has a pistol, points at it too, but Billy just walks up and kicks her onto the porch and knocks her out because the safety was on.
Yeah.
They turn back to finish off Sydney, and Sydney and her dad are gone. She took the voice changer, calls them on the phone, and starts taunting them.
It's fucking great.
Stu keeps her talking because he really can't do much else. And gets hit with the phone by a dick. Billy tries to go and find her. Is about to open the closet and shoot her, but he comes out wearing the mask and hits him in the chest with an umbrella. He goes down very realistically for good reason. Randy turns out to be alive because he was only shot in the shoulder. Is talking about how great it is to be alive. Billy is still alive. Luckily, Gale comes in, shoots the shit out of Billy. He's finally down. The three of them, well, actually, sorry, I forgot. Stu does come to attack Sydney, but Sydney slams a TV over his head and he dies.
Mm-hmm.
As confirmed in Scream 6, he is dead.
Yep. Thanks, Scream 6.
It would be really stupid if we bring him back, even for fan service. I'm not bitter.
Mm.
Anyway, we but yeah, Billy attacks her, gets shot, and they're staying over him. Randy's like, "This is where the killer comes back for one last scare." Headshot. As Billy tries to do a jump scare, Sydney says, "Not my fucking movie."
Yep.
Dewey is also alive and being sent to the hospital. Gil reports on. Go up as we see the sunrise. Movie over.
You know, I like how you said you weren't going to do a play-by-play and then kind of did a play-by-play.
Well, I went over the summary.
Yeah. Perfect.
Play by play would be more stopping and talking about what happened in each scene.
Yeah. But yeah, that was
In like more meta sense.
yeah. That was Scream. I mean, where to even begin with this? Because there is quite a lot to unpackage.
I think we can go back to the first scene because the first scene
Yeah.
works as a short film.
It really does. It's one of those scenes that is so well crafted as a horror movie and is just so well done in terms of like having, you know, not only dark comedy but like really serious fucked up shit happening in it. It just became iconic almost immediately.
And it's just if you don't know what happens, it's fucking scary.
Yeah.
It's just it's real good work in tension building.
Oh yeah, and I mean we know it's Wes Craven, so he's the man when it comes to that. But yeah, just the level of suspense in that scene, if you haven't seen it, is just through the roof. Like, I remember my first time watching it, even like knowing that she dies, it was just like, holy shit, this is actually really intense.
Which also, for people who don't know, at the time, Drew Barrymore was like this huge actress.
Oh yeah,
And she was in all the advertisements and stuff. It was all to play up the audience expectations because with her being in all the advertising and being on the front cut on the poster, it's like you can't kill Drew Barrymore in the first 10
Yeah.
minutes.
and they totally do. They just, and granted, it does it later, but well, actually, that'd be spoilers for another movie. But I don't know if it's so iconic that it's already been spoiled. So who fucking cares? You know,
Yeah,
you know what
it's
I'm
just
talking
one of those
about.
moments that comes as a real show. But I also listened to the um, director and writer commentary of this. This opening scene alone took 5 days to shoot.
Really?
Yes. Also, the calls were technically real. Like they had the voice actor for Ghostface outside on the phone talking to Drew.
Oh, that's cool.
Which there was so many calls, the actual cop showed up to make sure nothing fucking nefarious was going on.
Oh, really? Oh my god, that's great.
Yeah, to make sure no one was actually harassing this poor person.
Oh, good heavens, that's funny.
um, a, a bit of a messed up fact, actually,
Hmm.
is to get Drew to cry so realistically. She's a massive animal lover.
Mm.
And in the news at the time, there was a story of a dog being set on fire.
Oh my god.
And Wes Craven would just tell her to think of that anytime she needed to get into that, like, distressed state.
Jesus, that is kind of fucked up, isn't it?
It's fucked up, but I feel like if she didn't want him to keep
Yeah.
doing that in a sense, she would have been like, can you please, I understand it's for acting, but
Yeah.
can you please stop?
I agree, yeah. A bit lighter fact, do you know what the actor for who voiced Ghostface also did?
I used to know, I don't remember.
Mojo Jojo from the Powerpuff Girls.
That's it, hell yeah.
Same guy. It's great. And
Also,
in
it's
the
in
oh sorry,
no, you can go.
I was gonna say like in that brief flash where we see the guy dressed up as Freddy Krueger, the janitor, that was actually Wes Craven.
I did hear that in the commentary as well.
Yeah.
Something really interesting with that commentary that I didn't realize is they're playing towards horror tropes that just aren't a thing anymore.
Yeah, like it was very common in like the late 80s, early 90s and stuff like that. But yeah, it just you kind of have to look at the tropes of the time, and that's why I think the series has gone on so long, because like horror as a genre just keeps evolving and they keep having new tropes to make fun of.
Yeah, I mean, hell, we did a topic wheel of the Renaissance of horror, and even now, horror has evolved again, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
But one of the main things they bring up in the commentary is when Ghostface breaks into the house and she's backing up towards a door.
Uh-huh.
That was to play on a trope because often when that happened in movies, when a character's backing up, the killer appears behind them.
Yes.
I was like, I never thought that while watching this scene because it became so cliche, people stopped doing it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like even when they did do it, they weren't thinking of it like that. It wasn't to try to be clever. It just kind of became a thing.
Or even a bit ahead when before Sydney's attack, she comes downstairs and goes into her closet, and since there's a bit of she goes into like a front door closet where Ghostface comes out later,
Yeah.
but for that scene there's nothing in, and there was a bit of music tension where it was like, oh, are we gonna do something? Nah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Pause it.
Pause it. It's fine. But yeah, and just the way it like just plays up all those tropes while balancing like comedy and horror is just so well done.
Yeah, it that first scene really does set the tone of the movie of
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah, we can have a good laugh here and there, but also when the death and murder happens, we know when to cut back to the seriousness of
Yeah.
the situation.
Exactly. Yeah. When it's revealed the two killers at the end, yeah, it's actually like gets really serious and really fucked up. And just the attention to detail and everything is awesome. Like we brought up how, like when they get stabbed, it's more movie logic stab. It's not like realistically, yeah, you'd start bleeding out and dying from that.
Uh oh, one more thing about the opening scene.
Uh-huh.
The when she's first talking about horror movies and she says she loved Nightmare on Elm Street but hates the sequels.
Mm-hmm.
Wes Craven debated cutting that line because it felt like too much of a pat on the back, and
Mm.
then the writer reminded him, "Hey, you made the seventh movie, so you're still in the bad ones."
That's funny.
He's just like, "Oh right,"
uh,
but yeah, as the movie in general, and this is something we will bring up again when we talk about Scream.
mm-hmm. Not this one. The
See,
yeah.
not this one, the fifth one, which they didn't call Scream 5 because they're pussies.
Yep.
The meta humor here works because it isn't just in your face being like, that sure is a movie choice.
Yeah.
Wink.
No, the characters actually know the tropes, and I think that was one of the inspirations in writing it. It's like, what if the characters already know it? And if the characters already know the tropes, then we can kind of play on that and keep the audience guessing in a sense.
Yeah, actually, yes. And Kevin Williamson, this was because the state of slasher movies at the time, everything was in its overdone shit sequels at this point.
Yeah, every single solitary franchise had a sequel at that point.
I mean, at this point there was 7 Nightmare on Elm Streets. I don't remember where Friday the 13th was at.
It,
There were
it,
4 Texas Chainsaws.
yeah.
There was ripoff after ripoff after ripoff.
Pretty sure Friday from Teeth was like at part 6 or something, or that was just around the corner. It was like that late in the game.
It might have been 7.
Yeah.
But even the writer Kevin Williamson thought this would be the end of slashers if you have people who would talk meta commentary about them. Yet sadly, this is, well, debatably sadly, it depends how you want to look
Yeah.
at it. It completely reinvigorated the subgenre.
Exactly. Yeah, and they kind of went on a high a bit after that.
A high that did not last as long as the 80s did.
No, not nearly as much.
I think we could finally talk about the main negative of this movie.
There's a couple nitpicky ones. What's the main negative?
Main negative is how much they try to say everyone's the killer.
Oh yeah, totally. Like there's so many red herrings thrown at you that like half of them you just don't end up believing. Like they try to set fucking Dewey up as the killer, which no one believed for a second.
What was more interesting was in the commentary when Sydney goes and talks to Gail the second time.
Mm-hmm.
You might remember there's a quick cut to Kenny, the cameraman, looking up as they're talking about Sydney's mother's murder.
Was that supposed to implicate the cameraman?
That was supposed to implicate Kenny.
Fucking really?
I when listening to the commentary, I just said out loud, no one fucking thought that.
No.
Not a single person in the fucking room thought that.
No, exactly. Oh, he looked up at their conversation, like in the background. Ooh.
Well, we cut to him. We cut to him. We focused on him, so he might be bad.
Oh, that's stupid. Yeah, it's just it tries to play a bit, and if it had like tried to keep you guessing with actual reasons, like to suspect them, that's fine. But it's just they happen to show up at a certain time, or it's Dewey holding the ghost face mask, or they weren't there. It's just pretty weak how a lot of these people are supposed to be suspects.
Editing is fun.
Technology, fucking hell. But no, what I was going on about is like the movie tries to implicate so many people, and it's just the reasonings for it. It's like, this person happens to be in the like same place after a conversation, or it's like, this person's seen holding the mask. It's like the reasoning for it is pretty weak.
The only ones that work really is making Billy so obviously the killer, it makes you think he isn't.
Yeah, exactly.
And also the setup of Sydney's dad is good because one, it's working on Roger Ebert's theory for murder mysteries. A character introduced in the first act with the least amount of dialogue is often the killer. Which also, sorry, I just ruined a good 70% of murder mysteries.
It's true though.
Really is.
Yeah.
If you want to ruin the movie, not movie, the show Lie to Me, it's always the second non-named character.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's contempt.
That's why I couldn't finish that show, because I caught on to how they write the mysteries. I was like, fuck.
Damn it.
But yeah, those two are set up fine, and also you don't really see Stu coming and you can kind of figure out that there's two killers if you're paying attention.
Yeah. And there is some nice
Yeah, there is a bunch of nice little details. One of the behind the scenes stories was in the script, Kevin only put the killer was in a mask. But Wes Craven and other producers brought up, like, well, won't people know who the killer is by like their shoes or their clothing?
Yeah.
And he literally just responded, that's not my problem.
Actually?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Another attempt at red herring that never even crossed my mind is the name for the costume that the cops pull up isn't the real name.
Yeah, because it was called something.
It's called
Father.
It was called Father Death.
Yeah.
Again, to push blame onto the father.
No.
Which is like, nope, did not think that for a second.
No, I just assumed that was like an Easter egg, like because I think they literally just went around like to find the mask at a costume shop or something, and I assumed that's just what the original costume was called, Father Death.
Well, actually, they found it they found the mask while location scouting and realized it was so common they could probably get away with using it.
Oh, is that it? That's cool. Nice.
Which this has hardly any connection, but round of applause for location scouts here. Every set here is beautiful.
Oh, 100%, because it was filmed in what, North Carolina?
No, it was in California.
I thought it was really okay.
Nope, North California.
Nice.
Uh,
That's
and at
probably.
two different high schools.
Oh, really?
Yes, because the first town was originally excited for the movie, and then after they shot the water fountain scene where they're talking about chopping people up and swearing,
Uh huh.
all of a sudden people in town started clutching their fucking pearls and basically kicked out the crew, so they had to go a bit more north to a different town.
Oh wow, is that what you said? Where the script got them banned?
Yes.
That's oh my goodness. Not in my backyard, I guess.
Uh, Other fun facts that I don't know how to properly work in. The Sydney door jam, I I will say, Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson, their voices are nearly identical, so I don't know whose bedroom door it was.
Oh my goodness.
I think it was Kevin
Uh,
because he wrote the script. But uh his his childhood bedroom door had that effect where you could open the closet and effectively barricade the door.
hmm.
However, all the location scouting they did, they could not find a house that had that, so that closet was made for the movie.
Wow, that's interesting. Huh.
Another one that I just find funny is at Stu's party, people are doing beer bong, and Wes Craven did not know what a beer bong was. Kevin Williamson did, and also that is his beer bong.
It's Kevin Williamson's beer bong.
Yes.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. That's funny.
Also, I know we rushed through it, but the moment with Stu on the phone talking to Sydney, basically everything after Billy says keep her talking is improvised by Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, which is fucking awesome. One of the funniest lines of "You hit me with the phone, you fucking dick" was completely improvised. He didn't actually mean to hit him with the phone.
It He was supposed to throw the phone back on the table, but all the blood on his hands made it sticky, so it threw it off course.
Yep.
I
Just
just love the line of "My mom and dad are gonna be so mad at me."
oh yeah, Matthew Lillard is so fucking great in this movie. I mean, he's great in everything, but just as the crazed killer, he just sticking out his tongue, just it's great.
And uh I love the detail of how the stab wounds act like real stab wounds, and that's why they get more woozy and slower after they stab each other.
Yeah, just great writing and all around. Just yeah, and all the performances are great. I mean, Nev Campbell is just badass as Sydney.
Hmm. Oh, she becomes one of the best final girls in horror,
Oh, 100%. Yeah, there were moments in
except in 3.
yeah. There were moments in this movie where I was just like, oh, later Sydney would have totally kicked their ass or something.
Later, Sydney would have killed Gale outside the prison.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Also, a little fun fact: when Gale is knocked out, she falls onto Dewey. They needed to do that like 6 or 10 times because the two kept laughing.
Oh my god. Yeah, it tends to happen.
But yeah, it is also a. Oh,
Huh?
I thought you were about to say something.
I think I made a noise. I didn't mean to actually think that. Like I realized after I said, "Oh, I sound like I was trying to say something." Sorry.
Okay. Something on this rewatch, especially, and with a little help from the commentary,
Uh
it is interesting to watch Sydney's character arc of like learning her past is a lie in a sense.
mhm.
Like she thought her mother was this very kind, gentle woman who was sadly murdered, and I was like, nah, she was cheating on her husband. She was causing other people to cheat. She was going all around town,
Yeah, and you can see how just Sydney was just kind of in denial about all that.
and she has to grow as a person. I don't think that growing should have been sex, but hey, whatever, it's a movie.
Yeah, it was a '90s movie.
Which also the fact they never show Sydney's tits is just to piss off the audience.
That's great. Yeah.
Another thing we should talk about is how fucking dumb Tatum's death is.
Oh, 100%. So let's get to the dumbest death in the movie.
Because, sure, I already described it in the summary. But the fucking garage door, first off, we see she can fit. The whole thing is that her boobs are stopping her, but when she, from the inside shot of the garage door, you see she's at her waist. But outside, she's like only one arm out in her head.
Yeah, that's about it. And like, yeah, I know in the extended version they actually crush her head. They wouldn't add much. It's still a stupid death.
It's stupid she got stuck in the first place.
Yeah, like there was no reason for it, and realistically, that would not have lifted her weight. But
hey, it was the 90s. Safety was not a concern.
that's also true. But
I would like to note there was a behind the scenes fact of when they were designing the door for that scene. Inside the workshop, all of the people working there were going in and out of the door to show how easy it was.
that's funny.
Like, even they knew it was a stupid death. I don't know why we kept it.
I don't either. Like everyone didn't like it, but Wes was like, "Nah, man."
There's so many things in a garage you could use to creatively kill someone.
Like hell, just have like a tool, little like the tool thing, like little tool bench. What is it called?
Tool bench or
like even a car. Use the fucking car.
Or the boat outside, like she gets the door open and then the killer grabs her and slams her head into the motor or something.
But no, we went with she gets stuck in the garage door and decapitated.
Well, not decapitated. She just
smash.
Her neck gets broken.
Yeah.
Which was cut for time, but but we see it enough. It goes on a list.
Yep. So, yeah. Anyway,
Before I forget, pause for laughter.
shut up.
Because I mentioned it in the summary. When Billy is hit in the chest with the umbrella, that reaction is 100% real.
Yeah. In the sorry, go ahead.
No, you can continue.
No, I was just gonna say the little what was it called? The pad they gave him.
Well, the main thing to know first is the actor, when he was very young, had open heart surgery.
Right.
And now there is a thin piece of like metal wire in his chest. The padding, they did pad up his chest. However, it covered his left breast and his right breast, leaving open the center. The stunt woman who was in the ghost face mask that comes out and hits him with the umbrella, she couldn't see very well and hit him perfectly where the wire was.
Literally could not have hit him more perfectly.
So when you see the actor go down, that's because he is in actual agony. Yeah, all around. Scream, this is the weirdest comparison I thought of recently. Scream is like Back to the Future. In the sense that besides one or two things that are kind of just nitpicking, it's admittedly just 100% solid.
Oh yeah. It's just a movie that's so well made and just so brilliant. It just absolutely stands the test of time. Something I did love that like slightly dates it, but wasn't a big issue because the tone was so well done, was I heard a lot of really edgy 90s alternative in it.
Hey, it's the 90s. It's what we gotta do. Actually, the soundtrack was just way louder than I remember.
Same, yeah, because not only did it have that, it actually had some really good incidental like music, and it got kind of intense at a random point in one scene. Like really electronic and blah, 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 blah.
Oh, I think because it was trying to imply like, oh, be scared. This might be a scary moment.
Yeah,
it's like it wasn't.
But the scene around it just really wasn't toned like that. So the music was trying to kind of hammer home, ooh, tension, tension. You should feel tense right now.
And also, I'm just happy Scream was like one of the movies to bring in likable characters.
Oh, 100%, yeah. because like I get the whole classic trope of, oh, these are all terrible people, so it's fun watching them die. It's like, no, I actually care about these characters. They're interesting, they're funny, they're mostly realistic.
Yeah, and especially the scenes between Sydney and Tatum, they actually
Yeah.
sit down and talk like friends.
Exactly. And something I remember you pointed out during it was when they were like on the bed talking their phones. It's like they still clearly are teenagers, you know, even though they're clearly not.
Yeah, like the actors are clearly in their 20s, but the way they talk, the way they're acting, especially with Tatum in like literal cloud pajamas with a
Yes.
big fluffy bunny rabbit, they're still kids.
Exactly. Yeah. The dialogue is so well written that you can look past it because it's how, like, you know, kids at that age would talk.
They wouldn't be saying hella or bringing up memes yet.
Yet being the key word.
They never did that in any of the Scream movies, which well, okay, I
Ugh.
think Scream 5 mentions a meme or two, but
Mm.
besides that,
Yeah.
Scream 5 is going to be a fun episode.
Sorry, I know it's terrible, but I'm just imagining Ghostface singing "Baby Shark."
Out of everything, that was the worst answer.
It was. It was something. I've never actually even listened to the song.
You have, if you just repeat that for like an hour, you've heard the song.
That's literally it.
I think there's other verses, but no one cares.
Damn.
It's that same tempo.
Yeah. But yeah, back to important things like Scream. Can't believe I made that reference in fucking 2025.
Yeah, you did that. You.
Future me, be sure to yell it past me.
Now, if you're writing this, I expect you to just be like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why can't we use video jokes?"
I know. But yeah.
I don't know if there's anything else I really have to say.
I don't either. Yeah, and even if there is, it's just such a well-known movie. It's just one of those movies where it's like, yeah, go fucking watch it. It's great. You'll like it.
Oh wait, also a bit of the sound design when the principal is threatening the teens and the scissors sound like a fucking
Oh yeah,
sword swinging.
just shing, shing. It's hilarious. And the fact that Henry Winkler scares himself twice was ridiculous.
He asked to be in this role, by the way.
That's great.
But yeah, the movie that was supposed to kill slashers and then it just turned out reviving it.
Yep. Thank you, Scream.
Even if the end of the 90s had a lot more existential horror. If you want to know more about that, watch Captain Christian's essay on what is it called? He has one basically on late 90s horror. I fucking love that essay to death.
Yeah. Just watch Captain Christian in general. He's great.
It's true. I wish he wasn't such a good editor so people would stop hiring him and he would make more essays.
Right. How dare you be talented
What
and
to
follow
do?
your dreams?
His editing is nuts.
It is.
The editing in this movie was also cool.
Oh yeah.
The Melancholic Comfort of Late 90s Horror is the name of the essay.
That is a really good fucking title. Damn.
Good essay. Anyway, I think that's all we have to say on Scream.
Yeah. So that is that. Classic. Wes Craven did amazing. Go check it out.
And Stu is dead.
Wah wah.
Anyway, we would spin a wheel here, but either A, we're going to hard cut to, I forget if we spin at the beginning of Movie Month's episode or we put it in here.
I'm forgetting too. It's been a hot second.
It has. So either that's going to happen, or we're going to be with Chicken Plums, I think was the next movie.
Yeah.
It's one of the two. 200th episode is very close. We've already decided what that's going to be.
Yes. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
It's going to be a lot.
Mm-hmm. quite a lot.
I find myself too funny. Anyway,
Is the coffee starting to wear off?
a bit, but we're you're gonna cut to our old selves talking about stuff. If we do movie month, most of those episodes, except for the 200th episode and one of the movies we cover at least, will be us doing it again.
Mhm.
If it's Chicken Plums, we're skipping that movie month. We also might not do movie month this month due to when we're recording these episodes, but we are going to record movie month for next year.
Yes.
At the very least.
We're going to record it next year and this year.
We're going to record this year for next year.
That's what I was
and
trying to
honestly, all the movies for it are really fun.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Honestly, this might be one where it's like, just watch the movies along with us, even though we'll be releasing the episodes twice a week. We'll get to there.
Yes.
That's a whole fucking year from, well, even more than a year from whenever this comes out, which should hopefully be late August, early September.
Yeah, we'll see. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
So either here's past us, or we're going to cut to credits, then you get Chicken Plums. Or we'll cut to credits either way, and you'll hear the spin at the beginning. It's a whole thing, just end!
So yes, we hope you liked the Halloween episode. It was great, wasn't it? We had a lot of fun.
Love covering 1408.
Man, I know, right?
We already did.
Yeah, I know we did.
That was last Halloween, so if you're still in a Halloween mood, you can go listen to other Halloween episodes like Scary
Yes.
Godmother 1408 and whatever the hell this one was.
So yes, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially starting Movie Month.
Oh, was I supposed to start the recording of the wheel? Which
You can if you want to. We'll have some explain because we'll have to tell them which movies are on the wheel.
Oh, true.
So, yes, welcome to Movie Month, everybody. So this will be tagged on at the end of our Halloween episode, and we're gonna do it. So this time, I'm really excited because I made films for Justin to watch because last time he chose all the ones, and I was like, oh well, he needs to watch more classics. So this list is predominantly filled with black and white films.
that's why it's well, technically you titled the
little
last one.
closer.
You titled the last one, and I titled this one. So
Yes. So actually, that works. Yeah.
this is
there you go.
the mystery, tension, thrills, and a splash of color.
Yes, there are 3 categories on there, I believe, right? 3?
Mhm.
Yeah. There is early Hitchcock, where we'll be reviewing very, very, like, as I guess that's pretty self-explanatory, like really early Hitchcock. Noir classics. And the other genre is horror grab bag, is what I kind of working title, but we'll call it probably something else.
Just horror. It's
just
easy.
horror. So I'll let Justin take it away with the movies that are on here.
I mean, you made the list. Do you not remember?
All right, you know what? I'll read it then. Sure, okay. let me pull it up on my phone here real quick. Okay, so for the category horror, we have the original Japanese version of One Missed Call from I think what was 03?
I forget actually.
Something like that. Pandorum, which was from 07. And then the original The Thing from Another World by Howard Hawks from 1951. And then in noir classics, we have Double Indemnity, White Heat, and Kiss Me Deadly. And then for early Hitchcocks, there is The Man Who Knew Too Much, The 39 Steps, and Foreign Correspondent.
Double Indemnity makes me think of the kid from Finding Nemo who couldn't say sea anemone.
Oh yeah, anemone, double indemnity. Indemnity. Yeah, but so yes. And so something that's unintentional, you know, we have 80% of this wheel is black and white movies, right? 80%?
Mm-hmm.
So I figured, I hope we land on a colored one first. So every single time we've spun this fucking wheel, always lands completely out of our favor. So if I skew the odds heavily against us, maybe it'll land on one of them.
But didn't you just say you wanted to land on color?
I did, but that's what I'm saying, you know? Like, the odds, there's 27 Bond films, and we've only read it 2 times. That's my point. So if we skew the
25.
odds, so if we skew the odds against us, maybe it'll land on it.
Okay. Or it's going to be mean.
Yep.
Also, during this movie month, we have our 200th episode coming up, which is not on this wheel.
It's not on this wheel,
We
and
have
it's a
it planned,
surprise.
though.
Yes, we do, and you guys will love it. So,
Or you won't. I don't
Yeah.
know. We can't really force you
can't
to do
really
stuff.
tell. So,
Also, my computer's at 69% at the moment.
nice.
Nice. Anyway, let's do the spin.
Huh? Spin.
No.
Damn it.
Spin.
Spin.
Wow, Cameron, you know what?
Did it work?
No.
What do we get?
We're starting with The Thing from Another World.
Ooh, that'll be a fun one.
Word.
Let's think of another word. Word to your mother.
I will say I do know how this movie ends.
Okay.
Actually, because my dad builds models, as you know, but the audience may not.
Yes.
And he built, I think it's the ship that is in this movie. So he made me make a banner for his website where the ending scene of the monster, without giving anything away, is looping in the background and the ship is in the foreground.
I need to see that. That's so cool.
Yeah, it was neat.
Oh, okay. So yes, up next is The Thing from Another World.
Next Wednesday instead of Friday.
Yep, because we will be releasing 2 a week, as we have done for.
And we have
month.
9 movies because there's one final Wednesday in November.
Yes, so that is the reasoning. Anyway, thank you for listening, and we'll see you guys later.
Or soon, technically,
soon.
for us.
Well,
'cause
for
we have
us,
to record
yes.
in like
But
after the movie. But
Yeah.
anyway,
we have pizza. We are hungry. We're gonna go eat that.
pizza sounds good.
Yeah, and okay.